my take on the Russell Wilson NFL path of Seahawks, Broncos, Steelers. And today is Thursday, 17 April 2025. I am Tanis, she, her, hers of Seattle, and I provide my take on American football player Russell Wilson, he, him, his of Ohio, and his NFL, National Football League, path of Seattle Seahawks, Denver Broncos, Pittsburgh Steelers. Well, how do I feel about that? Technically, the name on the back is Leonhardi, so not Wilson. Well, Wilson's like me. You want to bait that again? I'm going to change it to Wilson. Okay, so I miss my Seahawkie. He was a very cute Bronco, and he's a strapping, dashing Steeler. I like it. I like the 3 picks of teams. Yes. And I do, my heart aches for the man. So I did know him before he went to the NFL, and I did actually know him before he went to college, played in college. Met him, what was I, like 12 years old when we met, and we're about 4 or 5 years different in age. And it was just like social, every day, but like non-routine every day. So it wasn't at school or wasn't at work or anything like that. He's, yeah, the only of my soulmates that goes back that far in that way, if that makes any sense. And he was very talkative. He was cute back then as well. And I'd say one thing with him, and I think is I would like press dedicated to his play that does not get distracted. I in general, so like if I were to follow the NFL and like my soulmates in the NFL, and especially if I were to go to the games, even if I were, on the sideline where, the players stand and the coaches stand or whatever like that, I wouldn't want to read about that in the papers. Science/mathematics me goes, I would love to read articles about the helmets that Boeing has put up a bunch of investment in helmets that keep the noggins of the players safe. I care about safety. I was a lifeguard. Okay. But personally, I know there's a bunch of people, a bunch of women who want articles about them and what they wear and kind of social cliques with other women who are significant others of people in the NFL. And I'm not that whatsoever. I care about my man. And I want the articles to be professional so that we have some idea or some analysis or whatever it is where we can be like, well, we thought it went well. Is there a different perspective we should take into account for the safety for the next game, or during practice, or during drills, or at home? Is there anything we need to talk about like my dynamic in supporting him? Right? Is there something on the field that he does that he would like me to do not on the field to help keep him safe and kind of keep his mind in the game? And so that's something with Russell Wilson that like in following him and hearing about him, because I am from Seattle and I'm a Seattle Seahawks fan, and he came to this area. I have a Steelers jersey, and he went to the Steelers, and Denver's not that far from Seattle. It's kind of like the closest big NFL team aside from the Seahawks. So there's, geographically speaking, there's a bit of, in watching and reading about him, of if I were to follow the NFL, and especially if I were to be physically present for my friend at the least, Russell Wilson, there's a bit of, it would be nice if the press was professional. I care. It would be nice if other people cared too. Which is about this, because it's been in following his career. It's kind of like there's a theme here of like just super standard me, being like, but I need to learn, and I need to keep my man safe if I'm actually present and paying like in his life. He gets that fantasy space of mine tonight. That's what happens when we canoodle in sleepwalking mode. Anyway, he got that on back in the 2000s decade. So there we go. Yeah, that's my take on the Russell Wilson NFL path of Seahawks, Broncos, Steelers.